Namaskar. Welcome to Sheelaventures, a platform that promotes health, wellness, and excellence in every aspect of our lives. We take pride in sharing the journeys of people who contribute to our society in their varied levels of expertise. In the first episode of The Babita Show, I am very excited and pleased to welcome my guest, Miss Dipanwita Kali from Bangalore, India. She is an electronic communication engineer from National Institute of Technology, Surathkal in Karnataka. She heads the Learning Development and Improvement Initiative at Embitel Technologies, a Volkswagen Group company. In her seeking to find her higher self, she associated herself with Art of Living for almost 15 years now. She teaches breathwork workshops and does meditation training in order to bring the bright light to the life of hundreds of people. Welcome to our show, Dipanwita ji. It's so nice to have you here today.
Namaskar. Thank you so much.
Today we are celebrating Choti Holi. We call it Holika Dahan, all over India, and here we in US we are 12 hours behind. So we're going to do it this evening, where we burn, we do the holy pyre, and we do the whole process. So tell us about it. And again, Choti Holi sabhi ko mubarak. मेरे जितने भी दर्शक हैं, to you and your family, everyone all across India, all across the world. I wish everyone a happy Holi, Choti Holi today, and tomorrow will be the real big Holi. So happy Holi to you first, and let's start our Q&A session by asking, what is the significance of Holika Dahan for you, and how do you guys celebrate in your town?
Yeah. Okay. First of all, thank you so much for the beautiful wishes, and wishing everyone a very happy Choti Holi and Holi tomorrow. So Holika Dahan is a very significant, festival where we celebrate the victory of good over evil. As Holika was, so to say, a demoness. She
Mhm.
wanted to burn Prahlad, who was a great devotee of Lord Narayana. And because he had this immense faith in the Lord, immense faith in righteousness, in purity, that even if he was put on the pyre, Holika actually sat with Prahlad on her lap in the pyre, and set it on fire, and nothing happened to Prahlad. Holika got burnt. So Holika represents evil, and Prahlad is the symbol of purity, righteousness, good. So ma- I think it is very important that we all remember this. We may see around us that people doing evil things are winning and they are having great life, they are being successful, and we are not succeeding so much. But if we have the faith in purity, if we stick to righteousness, one day we will definitely succeed and we will win over evil. So that is the significance of Holika Dahan, and tomorrow we celebrate this victory of good over evil with by playing with colors. We repair broken relationships, we exchange sweets, meet each other, greet each other. So it's a beautiful festival of colors, and we will be doing the same. We did Holika Dahan today, and tomorrow we'll celebrate with colors.
Yeah, and it's a weekend. It's going to be weekend here in US. So
Yes,
we here celebrate with our friends and families. We go to the temple and various places, community centers where people of all faith they come, and we have good food, and we do it with the same pomp and
yes,
show. And especially with COVID being over, and people getting to move, I think this is a huge thing for people all across the world to just celebrate a function. And I believe this is the first big celebration we are doing, after almost
yes.
2 years,
Two
and
years.
it's
Yes,
liberating. I think more than anything else, it's so liberating. Um,
yes, definitely.
yes. So again, happy Holi to you and everyone. My next question is, it's going to be very interesting for my viewers to know that uh, she's a corporate lady, corporate engineer, trying to work and expand the company. But then at the same time, you are leading the learning and initiative where you're developing the company's the
You
company's people
competence.
who are into the system. And and then you are a art of living teacher. So how is that, because the complete mindset of any, I don't want to generalize as such, but most corporate people are so busy. For them to take out time to do even yoga and meditation is one thing. The second thing is being a teacher, where it is a lot of dedication, lot of volunteering, lot of your time that you have to take out from what you are already doing. So how do you do that? That's what made me bring you to this program. Is I want to share with people, because everybody, most of the people, they are like, we don't have time, we cannot do yoga meditation, that takes too much time. So let's talk about your journey,
Yes.
and how did both these things come together?
Okay, so I'll take the question into three parts, right?
Yes.
So one is how did this come? As as I said earlier to you, we were discussing that I always had an inner calling that I want to realize my higher self. See, little bit of my background and during my study, school days and college days, I used to excel in everything, be it studies, sports. I am a trained Kathak dancer. I've learned
Wow.
classical Hindustani music for many years. And, I used to excel almost at everything. But I used to be under tremendous stress of performance. That I have to perform, I have to, whatever I do, it has to be excellent. I cannot compromise on my practice. I cannot compromise on my studies. So you reach a point where you cannot do anymore. And I realize that even if I am achieving so much, there's something inside me which is still missing. Something is missing. Something is missing. What is that? And I was on the lookout for that, right? And I read books. Of course, I was always spiritually inclined. I would read a lot, but then reading and listening to people, you do not get an experience. When you start practicing, or when a living master comes into your life, that is when you start experiencing things, no? There is no dearth of information or philosophy or books on philosophy in this world, right? But only a few people in this planet can give you the experience, and that happened to me after joining Art of Living, founded by Sri Ravi Shankar. So when I was on the lookout, and it is said that what you are seeking is actually seeking you, and maybe that happened to me. I Yeah, I came to Art of Living. I learned the world renowned Sudarshan Kriya, which is a very powerful breathing technique. I learned to meditate, and something changed within me. The stress started leaving me. I would still be doing a lot of things, but I would not be under pressure. It was easy for me to let go of let go of what will happen. It's okay, I can give my best, and I could do a lot of things without getting stressed. And I think that helped me progress in the path. And as I practiced more and more, I saw that there's no stress. I could feel much more calm, and I was able to do much more things more happily than before, right? So that is how I came to the path. Now, the next part that you asked is, how is it that most of the corporate people, they say they are so busy, they don't have time for yoga and meditation. So what I would say is, the more busy you are, the more you need to meditate. And I think Mahatma Gandhi also said something like this. I think I read in one of his books where he said, "Oh, today I am so busy, I just don't have time. Today I'll meditate more." So the more busy you are, the more you need to meditate or be in yoga. Yeah. So right.
I have a quick question here.
Yes.
I know, as a corporate person, you're dealing with time deadlines and managing schedules and problem solving situations. our brains are totally packed with so much information, and we call multitasking. It's not anything to do with the gender bias of women do better, but when you are in a corporate sector, you got to multitask. There is no ifs and buts about it. And then you carry home work home with the online situation that we have started, the culture. And since I'm also a yoga and meditation practitioner, personally, for me, as you said, I do not have the anxiety which leads to other issues. I am able to finish the task and do multiple tasks, be on time, and still sleep good. I'm not worried
Yes,
about what is, I we learn to compartmentalize. I cannot say the word correctly, but you can do that, and you can prioritize, and everything happens. It happens smoothly. I know you would agree,
yes.
basically what you
Yes,
said. Yes.
definitely. Yeah, 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 definitely. When you meditate, what happens is, there is things get organized within you.
Yes.
There's so much clutter. There is so much information overload. You are doing so many things. I'll just give you one example. See, as a child, it used to be very easy for us to memorize things.
Yes.
But as we grew up, today, if I am given a poem to memorize, it probably,
It's
and
hard.
many of us here on the show, it'll take a lot of time.
Yes.
We used to listen to songs playing on the radio, and we would be studying, and you can sing it, you can just reproduce the song just like that. But nowadays, it is so difficult. What happens? What is the issue here? The thing is, the mind is constantly getting imprinted with so many things from the time we are born. It is information, people saying things, our experiences of events. Now that needs to be cleared off, right? We do so much for our physical cleanliness. We take bath, you have this body wash, shampoo, face wash, different kind of things. We go to spas and beauty parlors and whatever. Even for your vehicles, you give it a wash every day, and then you give it for servicing. But we experience the world and everything around us with our mind, and we do not do anything for the mind. We don't give a bath to our mind. And so what happens? The mind is getting cluttered, cluttered, cluttered. So when you meditate, the clutter leaves away. The clutter leaves, and that is when you are able to prioritize better, organize better, sleep better, multitask better.
Yes.
With yoga and meditation and the breathing practices. Yes,
Yes.
that's what happens.
And as you said, we live between past memories and then vivid imagination of what is going to happen. What if something happens? And I think I would also bring that to the COVID situation that we had, where we were
Yes,
so scared of what might happen. And I know the healthcare, like the CDC, WHO was saying that this is going to progress and get better. But human mind, we were so engulfed in what was having around us with so many things, so it was so hard for us to process. And that time for me, doing these shows, because that took my mind off, and I was thinking, okay, I'm going to contribute to the solution rather than the problem.
yes,
Helped me personally. But then at the same time, the meditation, as you said, it helped my immunity, it helped me to fight, it helped me to say that, okay, it's fine. I didn't have to worry about the constant, being tensed, anxiety, which you saw that all over the place.
yes,
So
yes,
my next question for you is, since the work has changed from online, where people could just sit at home and not have to worry about dressing, traveling, transportation, and now we are going back to the same routine of cooking, cleaning, and then take the bus or your own vehicle, go to the office, the time situation. So are you seeing that at your work?
yes,
So how are you
yes.
doing the transition from being online to now at coming to work?
Right. So I think across the globe and across industries, there will be a shift now. I don't think the world will be same post COVID. A lot of places there will be flexibility where a portion of people will still continue to work from home, and not everybody will be compelled to come to office and work. Right. So that would be one thing which will be like, a hybrid workplace, a hybrid workforce. That will have its own challenges, but that is one thing that will happen. So if you if you are if you want to work from home and you happen to be the lucky one, then you may be in that lot which is continuing to work from home. But then what I think is, see, that initial transition during COVID, when people were forced to work from home, that was a challenge. And now that they have to go back to work, that is again a challenge. So yeah, because some people had gotten into their comfort zones and became a little complacent, not having to get up early, prepare breakfast for children, packing their tiffins and all that. Yeah. Now they have to do all that, pack their own lunch boxes and then go to work. So it will have its own. But then again, meditation will help a lot here. Doing your yoga meditation will help a lot here, because you will again need to reprioritize and reorganize yourself, and that needs clarity. You will not have to compromise on important things, because in our organization, and I'm seeing across organizations, managers are being sensitized to make sure that employees feel safe. There is a sense of belongingness that is created. There is a sense of safety that is created. If people are asking for flexibility, that is being given. So, but what is important from an individual point of view is, please know what is important for you and what is not. If the job is important for you, if you love the job, then it is actually good to go to work.
Yeah.
More collaboration happens. More innovations happen when people are together, in a physical space. But at the same time, if there are other priorities which demands your time, which needs you to be at home, be clear about that. And if you ask for it, I think it should happen, because we are training managers to sensitize them how to manage a hybrid workforce. Yeah.
So I was reading a quote by Sadhguru, who I follow, and he said, for the leaders, he had a quote which I thought I would just share with you. Equanimity and exuberance are very vital for leaders. People who have the power to determine where other people's lives are going, where other people's lives are going, need to be high on life. And that's basically
Yes.
what you said. I just kind of put it
Yes.
in a quote. So
Yes.
so if
Yes.
you are leaders, and
Yes.
especially with the change in shift, people, the managers are being taught to put some emphasis on the humanistic values, and to consider situations. And I think COVID has
Yes.
taught us it's not always
Yes.
about the numbers and productivity. And but at the same time, you can balance that as an employee. You can be productive if you do use the tools that can transform
Right.
you, and that's what
Right.
we're discussing about.
Right.
um, I know you do a lot of work for the kids too, and you train corporate staff. Let's talk about a little bit about your role as a teacher. Do a lot of
Yeah.
teach like to a lot of academies who provide education to the students. So let's touch base on that.
Yes. So, the art of living courses actually range from anybody who is 6 years old to, anybody till death, whoever is breathing. So we have different kinds of courses. There's a Utkarsh Yoga, Art Excel courses, because these days, even children are stressed.
Yes.
They pick up stress from the surroundings. There is peer pressure, they want gadgets, and they are also doing online classes. Their brains are not yet developed. Children develop physically till the age of 8 years, 7 years, or 8 years. After that, they are intellectually developing, and after that, they develop emotionally. So they need different kinds of knowledge, different kinds of stress relieving things for them. So the workshop with the kids is of that level, where we teach them how to release stress. It is a different, and in a lot of playful manner. They are taught the traditional values. These days, values, you see,
Mhm.
respect and values and culture, they are missing. So that is that. Then you see the youngsters, the teenagers, they're developing, they're exploring themselves, they're confused, there's a lot of peer pressure. They have different kinds of workshops that we do for them. We even have courses for parents where we teach them, know your child, know your teen. right? Those are the courses, because parents also do not know sometimes how to handle their children. There's so much energy in the children, they just don't know how to handle. Hmm?
Yes.
And of course the corporate people, where see, the higher the person goes up the ladder, the less he or she smiles, and the smile just fades away. So Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankar says the sign of success is an undying smile on somebody's face,
Correct.
and not how much bank balance you have or how many industries you are managing. So for the corporate people, having that equanimity, having that high energy, having emotional intelligence so that they can manage their teams better, that is the flavor that is used in those workshops. So it's a whole range of things that we do. And yeah.
Nice, nice. So, as you said, the life processes, simple life processes, as in smiling, making eye contact, just being able to do a conversation. That's something I'm seeing in this the future generation. They are not able to articulate their needs or their emotions because everything is on the fingertips.
Yes.
I'm very concerned because I'm an occupational therapist and I do see kids with a lot of issues. Their, anger, frustration is all inward, which is also taking a toll on their mental health. Um, what I would like to know is how do kids get away from the compulsive, instantaneous gratification kind of behavior, which is very much prevalent all across the globe. So I know there are certain practices that you might want to share with the audience on that.
Yes. First is, children have a lot of energy, and we should know how to channelize that energy. And see, people have become more comfortable chatting with each other on the phone, on WhatsApp, on Facebook, rather than meeting in person.
Mhm.
This is a very, very negative and regressive trend. We
Yes.
should ask children to make friends every day. How many friends do you have? Yeah. And we should encourage children to explore new things. Till the age of 25, they should be learning different kinds of things. They should be learning different kind of life skills. Hmm? They should make new friends. And when there is a sense of belongingness, when they are meeting so many people, when they are feeling safe, then they don't turn to gadgets so much. It is only when they see that parents are also busy, everyone around, when they see parents are also all the time on their laptops working, and they have to, so they automatically, subconsciously, unconsciously, they imbibe those habits. But
Mhm.
as parents, as elders, if we can make sure that we are going out playing, we are meeting people, make them feel that there's a belongingness, there's a community, they start learning from that. If you are reading a book and not always googling things, they start getting that habit of reading a book. So yeah, it has to start with us.
Yeah, and I would like to get your input on Surya Namaskar, a very simple yet powerful,
Yes,
uh,
yes, yes,
a powerful technique that we have had through yogic sciences that
yes.
every kid should practice. They don't have to have the spiritual aspect of it as yet, if they're doing it as a physical form of exercise, but with ergonomics, again, I'm an occupational
Yes,
therapist, with the neck, with the shoulders, everything is closing in. So the
yeah,
extension posture, would you like to talk about that? I know
yes,
you
yes.
specialize in that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So actually, Surya Namaskar is one of the best, I would say, yogic asanas that anybody can do, be it a child or an adult or an elderly person. Uh, See, sitting all the time and being on gadget, a lot of stress accumulates in our bodies, especially in the neck region, shoulder region. When stress is accumulating in the body physically, automatically that stress starts affecting the mind, and that is when children become they are angry, they are irritable, all those bad behaviors come out. With Surya Namaskar and asanas, what happens, the spine becomes so flexible, your digestion is good, your neck, shoulders, your lower back, everything is getting a proper exercise, proper alignment happens. And also people not only for children, people with cholesterol, people with digestive disorders, all that gets help. So digestion is good. So when all this is good, automatically the mind remains good. Hmm? And when you are on the laptop for so long, you see so many people with this head, the neck issues and the shoulder issues. With Surya Namaskar, all that goes off. Even children, they come for our spine care programs. They do not need to. Children actually do not need to come to spine care programs if they are practicing Surya Namaskars at home. If they are learning it the proper way, they do not. If they are playing on the fields, if they are doing some little asanas, they do not need to. But these days, people, they are coming for therapies as well. You
Yes.
see, yeah,
Yes, breathing,
haven't you
carpal
seen that?
tunnel. Yes, carpal tunnel, elbow,
Yes, yes,
tendinitis, shoulder problems, neck problems, back
yes,
problems. What I would also suggest, which I think you've just touched base on that, is being in nature. Just because
yeah,
everybody, like even the kids, they had online classes. They did not have the one-on-one interaction with their friends. So I think now, since the school started, the schools should start doing something where we used to do picnics and, mostly outdoor and outdoor games, basketball, or, tennis. It doesn't matter what, but it should be made compulsory where the kids have to have that aspect of life,
exactly. Yes, yes. So
and
that's a good thing about going back to work or school or college,
yeah.
getting to meet people, feeling a sense of belongingness. A lot of anxiety goes away. Even children are anxious. I have seen so many children during COVID times. They were so afraid that their parents may die because they have heard somebody's parents died. They were so afraid. So, now that the fear is over, they go to school, all the anxiety, it has built up stress in their systems. It's a good thing if they go to school, play with children, it just gets released on its own.
I would like to talk about another topic that's going on, Ukraine crisis. And we
Right,
all know Art of Living has done tremendous job, especially in the European Union countries, which is providing as a safe haven for all the refugees who's coming in. Um,
right.
let's talk
Yeah,
about what is Art of. I know you guys
yes,
are very actively involved from India too, so let's
yes.
hear from you.
Yes. So Ukraine is actually not the first war. A lot of war-hit countries have been helped by Art of Living, over the last 4 decades. So for Ukraine, see, the war has been going on for about 22 days now. And yeah, so Art of Living has centers, actually has centers in 156 countries. But now, in and around Ukraine, from 9 countries, volunteers and teachers have got together. Volunteers and teachers from Poland, from Hungary, Bulgaria, Germany, Romania, Slovakia, all these countries, people and volunteers and teachers have got together, providing shelters, providing food, medical aid. Then thousands of people are in great trauma. We also do trauma relief workshops. I think thousands of mental health counseling has happened. And then food has been provided. A lot of ashrams are there in these countries, so where I think more than 5,000 people have been given shelter, food has been given, helpline calls. People can call up the Art of Living helplines, and then they find out where they can be accommodated, where they can get some aid and help. So that has been happening. I shared a little small poster. Maybe we can put that up just to
Yes.
see the numbers. Yeah, yeah. So you see 32,000 meals being provided in the last 22 days, 9,000 helpline calls, 22,000 mental health counseling sessions have been conducted, 11,000 medical kits distributed, and 5,000, more than 5,000 people have been given shelter. And then, there are 2,100 plus volunteers working on the ground, and these are people from in and around in Ukraine from 9 countries. So that has been happening, and that's a great work. Yeah,
That's very commendable, and and Art of Living has definitely, the organization has been around for a long time, and they have been providing, even in US there have been ashrams in Boone, North Carolina,
yes,
and there is
yes,
one in Canada,
right,
and not only that, I think they do a lot of groundwork where meditation and yoga and food proper
Yeah, there
food.
is a, I just want to touch upon this, that there is a whole range of things. Actually, Shri Ravi Shankar has not left one aspect of life untouched, whether it is, wellness workshop, breath and meditation for creating a stress free society, de addiction programs, a lot of river rejuvenation programs where, more than 40 rivers in India have been revived, then trauma relief workshops, then skilling people from for employment, the rural youths who go astray, they are being given skill development programs for employment. Then there's a lot of chemical free farming workshops being done for farmers, so that the soil, retains its fertility, and farmers do not have to go and debts, to do the farming. And then a lot of free schools. More than 85,000 children from the economically backward community are studying in art of living schools in and around, India, and also in some other countries, I think Mongolia, and some countries like that. Yeah. So it's a whole range of things, not one aspect that has been. Another thing that appeals to me greatly is, if you are, inclined towards service, there is a lot of opportunity here. If you are inclined towards a lot of yogic knowledge of the Upanishads, the Vedas, there is a lot to learn here. If you are inclined for music and cultural activities, there's a lot that happens here. We have a world forum for art and culture, so lot of teachers and students who are together, and lot of Guinness Book of World Records have been created.
Um, as you said, art of living, I think it is also art of giving, that everyone who is listening to
Yes,
us, we need to start thinking, because COVID crisis and now Ukraine crisis has taught us that something that we take for granted should not be. Being able to breathe, as you said, being able
yes,
to share, being able to lead, having a good job, having food on the plate. These are certain things we completely forget, and we start running for something much bigger, much bigger, much bigger than that, and we forget that a nice, a small plate with roti and dal can be enjoyed as happily as having a very exquisite meal. It's just our frame of mind and how we function at that particular time.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
and I would like to add to my, I would like to share that from US, like from Poplar Bluff, Missouri, me and a team who is in Estonia, my friend, she's actually my swim coach, who is in Estonia. She is housing 30 refugee families, and she's been asking us to help. So we decided to do a food drive, which we did something similar like this during COVID in the second wave in India, and we sent money, and it felt very empowering to be
Yes,
part of, like I said, the problem, to find a solution rather than not adding to the problems, but finding a solution. So similarly, we are trying to do that now here. So we are very excited to join hands, where we know that whatever we do here will help others, because especially with these with the finger, we have technology at the fingertips, and we are connecting all over the world. But then we should also connect with them when they need us, instead of saying, okay, we are safe, we don't, nothing is happening here, let's not worry about. I
yes,
think that's the thing that I want to promote in my show is,
yes,
you can be anywhere and still be part of the solution. um,
right.
so one more question regarding corporate world. I know we have talked a lot about yoga and meditation. um, tell us, what were your challenges, just going up the ladder, and how did you overcome that, and what is something that you enjoy about your present job? And like you said, if you're happy, everything is easy. But for someone, for a viewer who's struggling with all the productivity issues, with lot of the insecurities of having a good job, so what would you just share, what would you advise them, or just share with them?
Yeah. So, challenges, I would say, challenges were not many. I have been practicing for a long time, so I more or less I was aligned to what is happening, what is inside me and what is happening outside. That is very important, the key thing that everyone must remember. When you are meditating, the world inside you is not very different from what is happening around you. Otherwise, the distance is huge. You want something but you just do not know, and something else is happening around you. So that was not the case. And very fortunately and very miraculously, yeah, I always loved teaching and giving and helping. And see how it has shaped up. I am an engineer, a hardcore engineer, electronics and communication, but somehow I have ended up being a development person, a person who is helping in organizational development, who is helping in competency development, who is helping in improvement initiatives in increasing efficiency and productivity. And personally, as an art of living teacher, when I teach people meditation and breath workshops, I am actually doing that. I am helping them find their inner self so that they can do whatever they are doing, they can excel in that. So see how a consolidation has happened, and the same can happen to you, right? So I think my message to people would be, see, the quality of your mind determines the quality of your life. The day you are depressed, your favorite ice cream does not taste as delicious. The day you are angry, your best favorite music does not sound so melodic,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So it it is important and it is wise to invest in the quality of your mind to have a better quality life. So practicing pranayama, meditation, learning sudarshan kriya, if you can, will be a very good investment for a good life.
Thank you, Dipanwita ji. It's such a pleasure. I have talked to you before, and it's always been something that I really value because I take that positive energy from you. There's something, we are so far. You're in Bangalore, I'm in US, but I feel that vibe, and I am hoping that all my viewers has got that. And like you said, it's our mind that determines what is going around us, and we usually succumb to excuses like, oh, this person said this way, but it's how we process. We should not process it. We should really respond rather than react. And there are so many things in yoga and meditation which are ancient, generations before us, they practiced and they did it because it worked. And to be successful, as you said, we have to fix ourselves from within. And
Yes,
look at you, you are leading a team. In it's such an honor and pleasure to have you in my show, and this is my first show, and for doing the Babita Patnaik show, which I call it. It's like a talk show that we have under Sheelaventures. And um, I, yoga and meditation has always been my favorite, and I've been doing that for 5 years. And I, like I said, I have seen my ability to deal with stress much better, and I have touched different realms of life which I would never have dared to. Like, the inhibition in me was stopping me, but now that I've found that liberation and the force that guides me to do things. And
nice.
this is one of the journeys that I do. And um, all the good advices you have given, I'm hoping my audience will take that and they will join any form, any philosophy. It doesn't have to be any
Yes,
particular school they can do, but just take up some form of meditation for sure, to deal
yes,
with the unknown factors that's been thrown to us humans every day or so. And and like I said, the whole world is united, but then it can also be divided, as we see in what's going on
right,
around us.
right.
So let's have a good day, have a very nice Holi tomorrow, and I wish everybody a happy Holi. I wish you well, and
Thank
best
you. A very
wishes.
happy Holi to everyone.
Yes, thank you.
Namaskar.
Namaskar.